Rotary International is dedicated to fostering peace and understanding worldwide. Clubs and districts of Rotary International work together to create a more peaceful world through innovative projects, peace fellowships, and many initiatives. In fact, Rotary was involved in the setting up of the United Nations. On a quiet farm in Tasmania, the spirit of peace is expressed at Windsong. Peace advocate Tom Tenniswood makes a difference every single day by promoting peace.
I'm Tom Tenniswood, peace advocate. On our property we've got about 7 or 8 peace poles. Each one has the message, "May peace prevail on earth," in various languages. A peace pole is a pole, and it's an interesting thing. Once you've seen one, it's amazing when you travel the world, they pop up in all sorts of funny places. And I think it symbolises when you see that, you're sending that energy, that message out into the universe, into that realm that not directly to the person next to you, but it infiltrates. And it's a little reminder that peace is so important in our lives.
Food insecurity can bring about conflict, just as conflict can disrupt food supply chains. Past District Governor Una Hobday's leadership of Food Plant Solutions Rotary Action Group demonstrates the impact Rotarians can have on global peace and food security in their efforts in Australia and around the world.
I have a dream. I'd like to see gardens in every country in the world where malnutrition is so high. Food Plant Solutions was formed in 2007 in Tasmania as the only Rotary Action Group that's outside America. We work in Tasmania, but we also work in 56 countries around the world. And to those countries we deliver educational materials because we've found that's the best way of getting the message of grow your own, have some peace, and be part of an area that will be food secure and that malnutrition will be no longer. And I'd like to see with every garden that's planted, we also have a water well, because the important part about gardens and people is that they need water. The two things together surely can start talking about peace. That would be peace in their time and ours.
Justice is important in resolving and preventing conflict. Fairness, trust, and addressing grievances all promote reconciliation while upholding the rule of law. Michael Tate has dedicated his life to the pursuit of peace and justice. The international law lecturer and Catholic parish priest was once our Australian Justice Minister and Ambassador to the Netherlands and the Holy See.
Peace is more than the absence of war. There's also been a violation, maybe by an aggressor, maybe by both sides in a conflict with crimes against humanity. And the moral order, the legal order even, has to be restored, and that's what justice is about. We strip away at war crimes tribunals and courts the veil of political authority or military command and hold a particular person morally, personally, individually, criminally responsible for perhaps crimes against humanity. An intentional attack on civilians would be an example. What this does is restore the balance and helps to bring about a just peace. The Australian government, when I was ambassador in The Hague in the mid-1990s, was really very formative in establishing the War Crimes Tribunal on the former Yugoslavia. And I remember seeing Slobodan Milosevic sitting in that court on trial for his alleged crimes against humanity, perhaps even of genocide. And that was a pivotal moment and gave confidence to many other countries some years later to establish the International Criminal Court. That's in its early days. Some of the major powers like Russia, United States, China have not joined. But It is already having an influence on world politics, and over the decades to come will establish justice as an absolutely vital component of any peace that is achieved when the armed conflict ends. Now, of course, as a Catholic priest, I'm very interested in our contribution to that idea of peace and justice. St. Francis of Assisi is the patron saint of peace, and in our parish we've adopted him in a special way.
Peace poles that Rotary supports are great visual reminders for schools, communities and workplaces to showcase a commitment to peace.
The Australian Antarctic Division is really proud to support the Rotary Peace Pole Initiative. It's hugely important to symbolise peace for us. We focus obviously on research in Antarctica, which is a place of peace and science. These poles are a great visual reminder to our staff about the importance of peace, and it's nice to have something physical that the staff can come and see. And it's in a wonderful spot here at the Division. They walk past every day and get a clear visual line to the peace pole, and it's really great to have that reminder for their work. So the languages we went with for our peace pole are English, Palawakani, which is our local First Nations language here in Tasmania, and Auslan, so the Australian Sign Language. We thought these were very important languages to represent as part of our work in the Antarctic Treaty. So I'd like to thank the Rotary Club of Salamanca Sunrise for their support in getting our poles, and I'd like to extend the invitation to other Antarctic programs around the world to consider these peace poles as a wonderful example of why we do what we do in Antarctica.
Rotary's commitment to peace is evident in its global projects and community initiatives. You, as Rotarians here in Zone 8 and further afield, are encouraged to become peace advocates, promoting understanding and reconciliation across the globe, in our communities and in ourselves.